You asked for it? Now here's your chance to support their stories. The Mountain Mysteries and Gatherings merchandise. Scared Lloyd t-shirts starting at only $20 each from sizes small through XL. 2X and up are only $25 and you pick the design. Special edition memorial shirts are $30 each in sizes small through XL and $35 each for 2X and up. Plus ball caps are only $18 each. To order, go to facebook.com/The Mountain Mysteries or contact us at the Mountain Mysteries Facebook Messenger. Stay mysterious.
It's been a little while since I've had the time to sit with you a while. I hope you're looking down on me saying, damn, I'm so proud. I hope it doesn't matter that I don't have life all figured out. I live my life for you because you can't be here. I still hear your voice as a whisper in the wind. I hope you hear this song through the whisper in the wind.
Hey, how are you doing? Been a bit of a rough week, huh? I know what that feels like. This time of year, you remember when we were kids? Well, some of you still kind of may be in that area, but some of us, we're a little bit removed from it. But this time of year used to be so incredible, didn't it? Christmas time. First snows of the season and hoping and praying for a snow day, which my guess is a lot of the county schools around the area are probably going to get tomorrow, at least around this particular area. Last I heard, 2 to 5 inches is what they're kind of calling for, which while it's not a huge snow, it's definitely big enough to probably keep the kiddies at home for school, you know. Then, of course, the Christmas trees and the cookies and all that stuff that was so you know, I got a message earlier today of someone else who had lost a loved one just this morning. And that individual said, I don't see the holidays happening this year. Well, I can respect what that feels like. Yeah. I always cross my eyes when I sneeze. I don't know why. It just happens. So it's a thing. My child will tell you the same thing. She's laughed at me since she was 4. But let me just give something to think about. Christmas isn't about Santa. It's not about, rushing to Walmart or rushing to whatever Don't get me wrong, I'm not denying that. I'd do it too for my brother and for my child and, for kids and yeah, but you get to the heart of it, what it's about is getting the greatest gift that ever was from Christ, from Jesus. And even though I don't know, and I kind of sincerely doubt that December 25th is actually his birthday, we celebrate it as his birthday. We celebrate the birth of Christ. So maybe make it about that and hold Christmas in your heart as not just the time of year where there's beautiful lights and there's hot cocoa and there's stuff like that. But hold it as the birth of hope. That's the joy. That's the birth that because he walked the earth and did what he did for us, that one day you'll be able to see your grandparents again and your mom and your dad and your Robins, the people you love, the people you miss, the very people that you miss so much that it makes this time of year so difficult. But try to hold that in your heart. Yeah, I know. I know. It's easier to say it than to do it, but you can do it. I don't think that anybody who has, as a matter of fact, I'd bet on this, anybody that has crossed over and who is now with God, I don't think that they would want us sitting here denying what this time of year really means. And it's not about the gifts, it's not about the presents, but it's about being together with the people that are still here with us. I mean, my hope is this year I'll get to spend it with the people I love the most. Stace, Lloyd, Chelsea, Soph, Emery, Sadie, and see some other people that I hold very dear. I'd love to see some of you guys. See, I don't necessarily have what you would call a great big bunch of friends. I got a lot of acquaintances, and I'm very blessed to have that. You guys are family. Speaking of family, I was on my way today to indulge in a guilty pleasure of mine, which Chelsea and Stace know all too well. They're jalapeno bites from BK. I love those things. I'm just on a kick right now. I'm probably about to get burned out on them. But anyways, I was leaving, and my beautiful aunt stopped me. Who she was coming in, and I was going out, and I do want to publicly thank her for such kind words. She said that she absolutely loved this show. She said, "This is so." Mm. And I think that that's absolutely great that, we are giving some people hope, I hope, a place to come, a place to cry, to laugh, to share in memories. I know Trevor believed greatly in his show, and so did Robin, and they've gone on now. So, and make no mistakes, there's times that I just feel like, "Oh, I just want to go to sleep," or "I just want to do this and I want to do that." But when I come in here and I sit down in this chair and this camera goes live and this dash up here lights up and it says, "You're live." And inevitably it will throw in the word dork. "You're live, dork." So act like it. Okay. My hope each time is that everybody in their own way and somehow gets something out of it. The biggest thing I hope you get out of it is knowing that God is very, very, very real. Now, you can call him what you want to. You can call him the universe. You can call him the ultimate power. You can call him, yeah, God's got so many names, but there's just one God, one Jesus, but they are very real. And while I don't necessarily prescribe to, and this was always my problem with quote, quote, religion, end quote. I always wondered, okay, well, who's right? Is it the Baptist, the Methodist, the Pentecost? Is it the Catholicism? It's um, who's right? And I've studied a little bit of each, just barely, but not enough to really say that I'm a biblical scholar because I am not. But I do know that there's a place in the Bible that says, "Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling." That means figure this out and do it with respect and do it with love. And in my thought, we are going to have to stand in front of Christ or God, whoever it may be, and account, for I don't think it's necessarily like okay, this is a multiple choice and it takes 70 to win or 70 to pass. I don't necessarily think it's like that. I think it's more of a putting ourselves in other people's positions. Do you remember when you were X number of years old and you said something cruel to somebody? You're going to feel exactly what they felt. I do believe that. I think that, and when you said something nice to somebody, you're going to feel what they felt. When you gossiped about somebody, because that kind of thing hurts. And that's why I'm so against it. I am guilty of having done it before. Not so much these days. Because, like I said, small minds talk about people, mediocre ones talk about events, and great minds discuss ideas. I do believe that. But I do think that we are going to feel exactly what we have made others feel, good, bad, and ugly. And at this point, in whatever is left of my life, I choose to try to make people feel good. See, I've been on the receiving end of the other thing by people that at the time I looked up to. That's not fun. It hurts. There's an old adage out there. Don't ever use self-deprecating humor, not on yourself, not on anybody else, because the mind doesn't know the difference. So don't sit there and say, "Yeah, I know I'm worthless." The mind doesn't know the difference. You are what you say you are. Always know that you are valuable beyond measure, that you have good things to offer people. And never ever look down on somebody else unless you're giving them a hand up. Never. And you never kick somebody while they're down. I've had people work with me and that worked for me that made mistakes and that fell. Well, that's the time that they need support the most. So they don't feel like they're, quote, worthless, because nobody is worthless. Nobody. Everybody has a reason for being here. Those are the times when we pick them up. We dust them off, say, well, okay, what'd you learn from that? And sometimes that's kind of hard to do because we get angry. We're human. We do. But always sit back and remember, that's not the most important thing. What is the most important thing? I've said it before. I know this isn't a quiz, but what is the most important thing? Love. And that's the most important thing. I have never, in my years in this life on this particular planet, seen a U-Haul behind a hearse. I don't expect that I ever shall. What I do see are people that are beat down, people that are downtrodden, people that are made to feel worthless. And this isn't everybody, but I see it. And the fact that I see it every day, and I'm not exactly what you'd call a man of the world. I mean, I stay pretty close to home, but I still see it. And I'm sitting there and I cannot figure out why. I've been a victim of it. But I choose not to be a victim. I'd rather be somebody that wins. How do you win? First step, a lot of prayer. Second step, faith. And this is what works for me. Something may be a little different for you, but pray and then step out on that prayer. Step out on that faith. Leave it to God. The Old Testament tells us the Lord loves justice, but he also says, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. It's his. Drop it off at his door, let it go. And when you drop it off, actually drop it off, because I've been guilty of that too. Lord, it's in your hands. Then I go and try to, whatever. Well, if it's in his hands, let it be in his hands. You'll come out on top in the end. But don't choose to be a victim. Choose to be a victor. Where am I going with all this? Today is, and I'm sorry, I got to look at my calendar. December 11th. Gives us what? Somebody help me here. X number of days till Christmas. Until December 25th, what we celebrate is Christmas. Well, let's sit back and think about that for a minute. October 7th. That was a bad day for me. Was for Stace. Was for Chelsea. It is a nightmare for Chelsea. And for Rodney, Rob, so many of us. Then I look back and I think about the time I got to spend with her. And Chelsea and I talk quite often about the memories that they made. And I'm saying this to anyone who has lost someone that they love, that is grieving and hurting right now over this. And because I know that you had the same thing, you got to make memories with them. I did with my mom and dad. One of the most beautiful Christmases I can remember is I was like 9 or 10 years old, right? And this was back, 1980. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a Star Wars geek. The original. The Disney stuff, I'm like, but I had been after this particular Star Wars toy. It was a spaceship. What's his name flew? Han Solo. Yeah. The Falcon thing, the Millennium Falcon thing. Anyways, I don't know how she did it, because back in that day, Empire Strikes Back was at its height. It came out in May, and we're talking December, so Lucas making money hand over fist, and that's fine, But anyways, you couldn't find this stuff anywhere to be had. It was like Food City. Right before a storm, there's not a gallon of milk or a loaf of bread to be had. But anyway, she managed to find it. And of course, I went through and opened up, Mikey and I opened up all of our gifts. And Mama was awesome, loving, caring, kind, but she was very, very sneaky. She put that particular present under the bed. Because I had this nasty little habit when I was about that age. I go in there and I tear open a little piece, thinking that they didn't know, trying to see what was under the tree. Oh, she knew. She knew. So did Dad. They both knew. But anyways, she said, she was making Christmas dinner, turkey and ham and Lord, whatever. I mean, seriously, if it wasn't on the table, you didn't want it, because she made everything under the sun. But she said, go in there and get me whatever it was. Some kind of a kitchen utensil. And I didn't really make sense to me, because I thought, what would a kitchen utensil be doing in the... Okay. And I walked in there and I said, Mom, I don't see it. She said, well, look under the bed. Looked under the bed and there's this great big old box there wrapped up. And I said, don't see whatever it was, spoon, spatula, whatever. I said, but there's a present under there, or it looks like a present. She said, huh. Now, right here, I should have known something was up because her and the old man were standing there side by side. And I said, huh, what is it? She said, well, take it out and find out. So I took it out and I unwrapped it and I bawled. Remember those moments. They would not want you to think about what it was like when they went from here to home. Smile at those moments. Smile that you had them. And smile in the knowledge that if you accept the present Jesus gave you, which was salvation, don't know of any other way to say it, but if you accept him into your life, you'll have those moments a million times over again. And this time they won't end. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, that was more than enough to say, okay. But it wasn't just that for me. It was also that he loved me, who is not worth it, so much that he came to this earth and he did exactly what he did. So I would ask you to remember that. And remember also that your loved ones who have crossed, who have passed, went home, they would not want you to be downhearted. It's hard not to be, but that's why you've got us. That's why you've got people around you. It wasn't that long ago that I told Chelsea, we get through this together. All of us. All of us. I honestly believe in my heart of hearts that her mom, Robin, orchestrated this whole thing, because I didn't know Chelsea before this. And now, here, we've known each other a couple of months. I feel like I've known her all my life. And her kids, too. She knew of us. We knew of her. Now she loves Stace. She's crazy about Stace. Stace crazy about her. And so am I. So that's how I would ask you to try to deal with those things. Now, I can tell you that I am a text message away. So is Stace, and if there's something that we can do to help, we will. It seems to me very much like up until a certain point in our life, it's about getting things. Then after that, it is about learning how to let go. And there's not a soul in this room that doesn't know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Stacy does. Lloyd does. We have all lost people that we love and that we adored. But we move forward. And for me, it's in honor of them. You guys that have watched this show for a long time, you've heard Trevor come through. You've heard him say his name on here. You've heard Mom. You've heard Ollie. I've yet to hear my dad, and I wanted to tell you this, Stace. I had a dream, first time, about both of them standing together in the house I grew up in, which was out at Sitka. I had walked into the house in the dream. And keep in mind, in the dream, I'm completely aware that they had passed. Because when I walked in the house, I said, what am I doing out here? I sold this thing a few years ago. I opened the door and walked in, and there they stood. They didn't say a thing. They just smiled at me. Now, keep in mind the day before, and Chelsea will tell you this, I had a very, very bad day. I was so bad I was shaking. But when I walked in, they just looked at me and they were standing there and they smiled. almost like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. But yet, in my conscious moments, I don't feel like it's nearly enough. But it's like somebody very close to me said. They said, what was it this time last year? You were running a radio station, running an apartment complex, or whatever it was, or just a short while back. You were going wide open. Now you've slowed down a little bit, and you're not sure what to do with yourself. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm hoping to get right back into that, but this time I want it to be a little different. This time I want it to be doing what I truly love to do. And don't get me wrong, radio is something I loved. It's just the particular conditions weren't for me at that time. And it's like I told another friend of mine. I said, if I've got to do things like that, which I'm fine with, I love doing it. I'd rather be working with myself as the only ass that I've got to answer to. Enzo's right. It makes sense.
I'm surrounded.
Yes, you are, my dear. But even Lloyd is looking down at Enzo going, yep. But my point is don't let the true meaning of Christmas escape because you're hurting. Instead, accept it and know that can be a healing step for you. There's nothing so horrible that can happen to you in this life that Christ can't fix like that. What have we learned? That God will take all things for us or against us and make them for us if we love him. And make no mistake, he's a jealous God. He don't want you loving anybody above him or anybody more than, I should say. So the idols of gold, money, cash, cars, whatever, that crap, like I said, I've never seen a U-Haul behind a hearse. That crap ain't going to go anywhere. But love, it'll take you everywhere. So we are into it tonight, my dear. And my opening was slightly less longer than normal. So, and you and I talked briefly beforehand that we are going to shake things up just a wee bit.
Yeah,
gatherings are going to have a slightly different format, but it's going to be good. But I have to, and Stace, you are more than welcome to join in here as we say hello to peoples in the chat room. Our many, many peoples.
Yeah.
Peoples. Let's see, who do we have? Well, we have Station 90. Oh, that's my girl, Stacy. Spray Art Girl. Mm-hmm.
My Madonna and my canvas.
Love her bunches. There's my Kayla. Happy Thursday, Kayla Bug.
Charlie.
Charlie. Okay.
Jessica.
There's old Dad Lloyd.
Old Daddy. Angela. God love her heart. I swear. She's having a rough.
Yeah. Well, I hope that you listen closely to what I said, Ange.
Hey,
Jenny. Kelly. Crystalberg. Hello, sweetheart. Jenny William. And there is our Chelsea.
My goodness. Hey, baby.
I love you so much, Chelsea. Stephanie, I love that name. Stephanie.
Yeah.
Not that Steph, don't side-eye me. What a name. Oh, man. When I first read that, I thought, okay, she's used a $25 name that I can't even pronounce. I'm just an old country boy, really. Rita Miller Phillips, host. Yeah, I know that jerk. Yeah, he said that we're going to get all over this thing like a hobo on a hot pocket. Hi, Peony. Hattie. Yeah. Shannon Roland Van Hoos. Got to say hi to you. Charlie Bowling, of course. Jessica Preston. Hey, Jess. Bobby Lyons. Love you bunches. That was the aunt that told me today out there that she said, hey, you're going to make a preacher. You know who else has said the same thing? Lloyd. And I talked to God about it this afternoon on my way down to get my jalapeno bites, my guilty pleasure. And I said, if that's what you want from me, use me. I'll do it. But you're going to have a row to hoe because let me tell you something. I don't know much at all about scriptures. And I just got this, relax. I said, okay. So anyways, I want God to use me for whatever he sees fit. Carrie Blevins. Hey, Carrie, how are you doing? Tracy Ferguson. That's
Sister.
the Japanese pronunciation, the pronunciation of that name.
And a special shout out to Addison, Kayla's daughter.
Addison, she is so pretty. That is Kayla's baby, yes.
Love them.
Cecil Hunter, my brother from another mother. Of course, we said, hey, Angie Oaks, and I think Sharon Grass Barron, April's mama.
I'll never forget when she was telling us about that. Every time she comes in and you say her name, she's telling us about the teacher that let him smoke in class. I will never forget that as long as I love you all. I'll laugh for 2 days over that, y'all. JD Bond.
Boys, I'm telling you, you talk about a character. He could have been right out of a Stephen King novel.
I never knew, but Sharon just put everything into perspective whenever she said that. I about died.
Man, he was. I mean, there was out there, and then there was JD. Yeah.
I mean, I can't remember. I just can't remember him.
He taught at Johnson Central, and if I'm not mistaken, he taught biology. I could be wrong on that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Lloyd remembers. Lloyd went to JCHS too, but yeah, Lloyd will tell you. I mean, he wasn't even in the ballpark most days. He wasn't even in the damn park. He was, but now he was a dandy. He was definitely a character. He made life interesting. Big hello to Linda Lawson.
Hey, Linda.
Let's see here. Ralph and Jenna Frazier. Yeah.
Bernice. Yeah.
Bernie, yeah. Guys, I don't know if you all knew about this or not, but just seeing Ralph and Jenna just hit me. You know, our heroes that were murdered, our police officers a couple years ago. And of course, that included Ralph and William Petrie and Jacob Chaffins and K9 Drago. They had done some beautiful murals or like wall art. And I'm thinking that this happened in Allen, but don't hold me to it. And God, Jenna, I really meant to pull that thing down because April had sent it to me, who was Jacob's mom. Some punk or punks, little prick ass sons of defaced that work, trying to deface our heroes. What they don't get was they're more than a picture. They were class, character, courage, guts. No, I am not kidding. And Ross Shurtleff, I believe it happened in Allen, I think.
Oh, my God.
Ross Shurtleff, Prestonsburg chief of police, has vowed and dedicated, and I believe him, he will. They're going to find who did this.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
And I hope that in addition to whatever maximum penalty that a judge can impose on them in jail, I also hope that they get throttled wide open behind a dollar store and then passed around like a pack of cigarettes in jail. And I also hope that they meet a little bit of mountain justice because, all the time people, they're going to the back of the cruiser in handcuffs and they trip. Things happen. Yeah. I'm hoping for that.
Me too.
What exactly do they think they proved? How brave they are? They're not brave. That's cowards.
Exactly what it is.
You want to do something brave, why don't you do what they did and strap on a uniform and put on a badge every day and put a freaking target on your back? All in the name of serving the people that they loved in this community. They were there answering a horrible domestic violence call, and this shit went off.
Terrible.
And yet you, and I hope you do watch this, you feel the need to go and deface something as beautiful. That's what this art. Now, I do think that the artist will probably be able to go back and fix things and restore. I hope. But what I hope more than that is that the people that did this, be it one or be it two or three or whatever it was, that every single one of them pay a heavy, 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 heavy price because that should never be tolerated. To me, that is the same as desecrating a veteran's grave. It's no different. So few that gave so much for so many to be treated like that. God have mercy on your parents. Anyways, I think I about got it with Candace Thornsberry. Did I mention you? Yes, I think so. Everybody loves Stace. Tammy Goebel. Hey, how are you? Diana Potter.
I love them
So
too.
good. Yeah. Just wonderful people. We've got James Paul Prim. Awesome. Good to see. I hope the concussion. Yeah. All I know to say, buddy, is get better quick. We love you. Uh, and I did read your post where he got rear-ended in a vehicle accident, and I'd like for everybody to say a prayer for him. James Paul has been with us from day one. um, Tell Maddie I said, hey, Steph, and I love her very much. Steve McKinney, good evening. Good to see you, Steve. So glad you're with us, buddy. I am. Bernice, and I'm thinking I've just about got everybody. Oh, yes, I already said hey to the man, the dumpling man himself, Lloyd Gullett. Yes, thumbs up on the dumplings. Ernestine Fletcher, a big hey to you. And to Paul Butcher. Paul, it's always good to see you, bub. Always great to see you. And Madonna. Okay. I'm guessing that was a typo, Madonna. It's yes. I love her too, Steph. I do. Okay, so now that we pretty much got everything caught up in the chat, look, I know a lot of people watch that aren't necessarily in the chat, and you can do it on YouTube and some Facebook channels, but get in there and get to know people. That's what it's there for. And it's there to help anybody kind of cope with things or talk about things. Because you would be amazed at the number of resources that are in that chat room right now. People that have lost people that have been through this, people that are going through it. And, here's the thing. Maybe it's not just about them being a resource for you, but maybe you being a resource for them too. That goes both ways. Stace will tell you that. Lloyd will tell you that. I'll tell you that. You know, we are all getting through right now dealing with the loss of somebody that we love so dearly with Robin. But let me tell you something. Chelsea has been just as much of a godsend to me as I could have ever been her. And so is my Sophie. Sophie and I chat back and forth. That's Robin's granddaughter. And they all have one thing in common: beautiful souls, beautiful people. And I love them dearly. And I'm thankful that I have them in my life. And I'm thankful that I've got Stace there. Because Stace she's right there with me in all this. Her and Robin they called each other sisters. And they never got off the phone at a time they didn't say, I love you. That's what it's about. It's about love. It ain't about all this other stuff.
Well said.
So that's why we do what we do. As he said, as he picked up his cup of minions. Don't laugh, Lloyd. Don't laugh. I like my minions. It was either that or the Marvels, Iron Man, Spider-Man, etc. I'm a kid at heart. So now that we've got some stuff coming up, we'll talk just very briefly. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I do know that Mickey Stein's daughter has broke hell loose on people online, accusing her of whatever it was that they're accusing her of, which we all know what it is. And I'm not saying she did or didn't, but yeah, she's breaking loose. And right now, every news outlet basically that's covering this story is saying something big is about to break. Whatever that is, time will tell. And yes, another thing, and this isn't really true crime related so much, but it's just exciting that Debbie Hall is running for Floyd County Judge Executive, and I cannot wait. I'm going to do every single thing I can to get her in office. I don't care if I have to buy people dogs and walk them for them. I will do whatever I can to get people, because look, with Debbie, it's not about politics. It's about people. That woman has been through the four corners of hell, and she's tired of politics as usual. If there's anybody that's going to make a change anywhere, if they can, it will be her. It will be Debbie. So I am asking, come November, I know it's a minute off, but be thinking. And we ask for your support in putting her in office. And no, I'm not getting paid to say that. But I live here. This place is my home. And I want to see some changes. And she is the very person that can help bring that about. I have total faith in her, total confidence, enough that I'm going to put everything I know how to do and anything I can do for her behind her, because she is the real deal. She's not a politician. She's a person. All right. So with that being said, Stace,
Has anybody heard anything about Summer Wells?
I'll tell you exactly what I think is
getting
going
ready
on.
to break or what?
Yes, I do think something is getting ready to break.
Has anybody else heard anything now?
I think that with Summer, I think that what happened was they shifted or traded her off for drugs. Let me be the first one on media to say it. They traded her for drugs and or something of that sort. And what happened was whoever got their pathetic paws on that baby, something went wrong. She died. And I think they're getting ready to find her. And when they do, I cannot tell you how high of a tree I hope they hang them from.
They said they were focusing on a pond or something now up on that same property.
They're going to find her, Stace, but they're not going to find her.
They said that they feel like she'd been moved already.
Yeah, because they're cowards. They're scared to death.
Somebody must have got close to finding her beforehand.
Oh, I think they were very close.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm every morning I wake up, I go through there and looking for just some little bit of hope.
I do that online, and I also look on, anything new that may be found on YouTube or, because you got all kinds of people out there on that. That's the great thing about YouTube. The bad thing is some of them don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah.
And they're just on there doing it for another click, another like, another something like that.
Oh.
And I don't care if we get those or not. I don't.
Right.
But I do care about hopefully seeing the people that did this to her, and not just her parents, but anybody that had anything to do with hurting that baby. I hope that there's something there I'm wanting to say, but I'm not going to. I hope that they get what's coming to them.
Absolutely.
Okay. Because I'm telling you right now, to this day, and I still mean it, I would have adopted that
baby.
That
still kills me. It kills me. That case. Well,
if that was her that came through on that spirit box all those times, and she called me dad or daddy,
that was so sweet. We really.
I mean, there was times I got off here and went upstairs crying.
We really had some sessions. I mean, with that voice. And the boy in the box too. I mean,
and she even acknowledged, because you asked, or is this Summer? And she said yes. Wasn't that, or did she say this is Summer or something like that? But she called me dad. After I said I would have adopted her in a heartbeat, and I would have. Let me tell you something. No child, and I'm not saying that every child should be having a silver spoon in their mouth. Look, I didn't. My dad told me, he said, son, I'd give you the world if I could. He said, but truth of the matter is, you want it, you're going to have to earn it. And I think because of that, I didn't grow up spoiled. I went to work when I was 14, 15 years old, cutting grass, swinging weed, or whatever I could. Then when I was 16, I actually went to work in a restaurant. That was my first job. And I've pretty much worked ever since. But I tell you what I got out of it is I learned real quick, the world doesn't owe you a damn thing.
Right.
You owe yourself. If you want what you're worth, then go out and get it. But be willing to pay the time and take the hits. Like Rocky said, if you know what you're worth, go out and get what you're worth, but take the hits. And when you get hit, when you get knocked down, you get back up. It's life. There's Choco. Hi, Choco.
Mm-hmm. See,
I got to name him. I told Stace one time, I said, he looks like Count Chocula.
And
she said,
when I first met him, we called him Choco Taco.
Choco Taco.
Because you remember the
I'll tell you right.
Like the Choco Taco. I crave those.
I'll tell you right now, Kayla would love that. Kayla's on a taco kick right now.
Oh,
she said, what was it? I saw
that's where Choco originally came from. But yeah,
she said that she was in Sam's Club. She said, and I thought there should be a taco stand in here. I was like, wow. Tacos. Have you ever seen a sad person eating a taco? Not really.
Gosh.
Tacos make people happy. Yep. Chelsea said, "Oh, Choco, I love you."
Mhm.
Chelsea loves Choco.
We
Choco
have
is so
videos
cool.
of him all the time. Me and her,
What's he go space?
we
About
do
100
this stuff,
pounds?
but we send our doggies to each other because we know we love it.
What is he? About 100 pounds?
He's at least 100 pounds, and I mean he
Yeah.
is stout.
Yeah. The Mastiff that you've got running around, what's he go about 130?
He's about 130.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful animal, and they're both very friendly, very loving. But most animals are, it's as long as you treat them
So after I got
halfway
run
decent.
over, I kind of had her. He got
Yes, Jess,
more and more.
fur babies are pretty awesome.
He comes and goes.
And then there's Peony, who is like I said, he's like 5 pounds, and he thinks he's a 600-pound Rottweiler.
She is the devilicious, let me tell you.
Oh, she's
And
beautiful.
Enzo's mad because he got a haircut, so he's pissed tonight. He's giving me the.
So he's giving you the
He's
evil
so mad
eye.
at me.
Well, he'll be okay. Trust me, he'll get over that when he gets hungry,
Yep.
which should be just about any time.
You can tell he misses a lot of meals. You hear him, don't you? Grunting over here.
He does not miss meals.
My baby's a grunting.
Now, what do you and I both do whenever we're sitting at the table having something to eat and he comes around?
Slide a little piece out.
We feed him. Lloyd feeds him. I mean, people just love him. I mean, that's just the way it is. He is a big baby. Yes, he is.
He is a lot.
I was sitting over there Thanksgiving Day, and I'm sorry, what's the Mastiff? You named him. I just can never.
Hanky.
Stick. Okay, I'm sitting here, just kind of like, and I feel something the size of a basketball go right between my rib and my arm, and it's Hanky's head. And he just looks up at me, and I'm like, and I start petting him and loving on him. But I'm like, good Lord, I said, I put a saddle
He's huge.
beside you. He's huge, but he's a Mastiff. They get quite big.
He's a Great Pyrenees.
Yes.
Even bigger, yeah.
Beautiful. And they're so smart. They're incredibly intelligent.
He is. He is the smartest.
Smarter than some people I know.
He really is. He's just calm and collected, like he's a cool dude.
He is.
Like he walks on the scene and he's just like.
He's laid back.
You know,
he is one cool pup. He's a cool pup.
Come on up.
He is.
He is. He's a good dog.
So, one of the things that we are going to start doing probably, yes, Madonna, you're right. She called me Daddy Chris. Yeah.
Yes.
I love her. That baby is so beautiful and deserves so much better than what she got as parents. And I don't care to say it. Yeah, it's true. But one of the things that we're going to start doing probably, I guess, next week is we're going to feature different dolls and have a backstory on them and focus some of the spirit box on that. Then sorry, Lloyd. And then look at that look. Lloyd is not thrilled.
Here's a picture of him with Caden. Now my son is almost 6 foot tall. So there you go. If it tells you how big this dog is.
He's just beautiful. He is a small horse. Yeah.
Caden's probably 120.
I told you could put a saddle on him.
But everybody will get a meeting, especially if we do some get-togethers and stuff. I'll definitely bring him, let everybody meet him.
Oh yeah, they'd love him, and he's great with kids. He's great with anybody. I mean, he's just a very, very loving animal. He is a very loving dog.
He'll do really good, I think, in nursing homes and things.
Oh, he would, and he's got so much love to give. He's just
he really does.
He is. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I know of a lot of people that just don't deserve dogs. They don't deserve cats.
Human beings don't deserve them. They don't.
Candace said that she had 5 of those puppies.
Oh, I'd love to have them. I listen, the more the merrier. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm like Kelly Osbourne. I don't care. Give me worms. Give me some fleas. I don't care. Just
it's Kelly's
cool. Worth it.
Kelly's cool like that.
It's worth it.
I actually started following Jack Osbourne, one of the coolest cats he's just a cool guy. Really cool. All about his family, just like his dad. Ozzy was all about his family. But I wish them nothing but love and respect. I think they're just the whole family's wonderful people. But we are going to start singling out certain dolls each week, and then we will talk about specific true crime cases, and then focusing on a spirit box session with that particular individual. So, for example, let's say
Like we do in private cases. This is what we're going to be doing with you guys.
yes. For example, next week, let's say that we choose to really concentrate on Summer Wells. Then we're going to do a spirit box session trying to get Summer to come through. And then the last 10 or 15 minutes or whatever stays.
We'll call out for everybody.
Yeah, we'll call out for everybody.
And of course, they're always welcome to come through at any time. So always do your call outs.
And if you're unfamiliar with how to do a call out, is simply thinking about them and just say, for example, for me, I'd say something like, Mom, I'd love to hear from you. Trevor, I'd love to hear from you. Robin, I'd love to hear from you. Robin has been, I do believe, in every man. Stacia, you got to talk to Chels. The story about this morning. Oh my gosh. Robin was so there with her.
Mm-hmm.
Anita Lucas Watts just came in. Hey, Anita. Love you very much. Very, very great big bunches. But yeah, get Chels to tell you about that story.
Oh, I will. Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's wonderful. And I have dreams of her on occasion. And normally it's her with guidance or something that, or she's just helping me. She's just helping me to cope and deal with these things. So they do come to us. But just so you know, when you are dealing with so much grief, that blocks. It's a lower frequency, and it blocks you from being able to see so much because they do send signs. Maybe it's a cardinal. Maybe it's a little robin bird. Or maybe it's a dream or a light flickering or something.
I've got feathers. I get sent
I've seen you get feathers before.
Yeah, they just show them on my foot.
Yeah.
Walking and all of a sudden one will blow on my foot, guys. I mean, this is the craziest stuff ever. It's been happening quite a bit lately.
They're sending you signs, and the signs are real. You just got to kind of work past the grief in order to see them.
The last one before this one was with April when we were out there with her bench.
Yep, I remember that. Mm-hmm. Wasn't I out there with you when that happened?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. And they do know what you do. They do know what you're thinking. They do know. They can feel your emotions, if that makes any sense. They know when you miss them.
For sure.
Yeah, Candace said she gets lights flickering all the time every day.
Oh, listen, our bedroom lights, this place where I'm at, it's so active. I can't even begin to tell you guys the stories since we've been here. It's been going on. And I'm thinking very seriously about setting up some equipment in our office here and possibly having
what was that?
Him and his Evil Knievel.
Oh.
But I was thinking about maybe having a contest and letting the winner come and stay with us for a nice little
a night?
Call it investigation, maybe. But
yeah,
it's very active, so we already know it's here. We've got lots of proof, but man.
No, what Jenna just said too. Smells not uncommon. She said that she smells Ralph's cigarette brand.
Oh, okay, Chills. She said, yeah, we already talked about it earlier. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, okay, yeah. That was what she, and I was just
absolutely.
I was like, that was so Robin coming through. Sharon wants to know if you can call out for April for her.
Always.
So, yeah.
That's another thing we're going to start talking about too, guys. This is. I really know how to really.
Here, let me say it for you. Let me think of a very gentle and kind way.
Please think of something that,
Yeah, okay, I think of something really
recent.
Something really nice. We think we know the sumbitch that killed April.
With all this being said and done, we're thinking about really having a show that's just dedicated to questions that you guys might have had, or anybody who's had about the videos that we've done.
When I did episode 1 of the podcast,
all those
Mountain Mysteries, my hope was that somebody somewhere someday will hear it that actually knows something. And guess what happened? Took it 3 or 4 years, but it happened.
We got the full story.
Yeah.
The missing key.
And what gets worse is
we found it.
it was more than just her and Tim that he's done this to.
Oh, listen, there's so much stuff that this guy has gotten away with and has
Now,
done.
look, we're not going to say names yet
Oh, I
because
see you.
until
see you.
until we can prove it.
Keep putting on that smile for everybody, buddy, because
That's right. Because let me tell you something.
we just
You're
love
standing
it.
on the train. You're standing on the tracks, asshole, and the train's coming through.
We see you.
Oh, don't you blow no whistle. I don't want him to see it coming. Tell you what you can do though.
Mm-mm-mm. The things that I have wanted to do.
You can get him all set up to spit out kids behind the dollar store. Because if I got my way, son,
Yeah, Chelsea, we need to listen. We need a group to go with us. Anybody wants to go with us? Me and Sharon. We're going to plan a little trip.
Here's the thing that worries me. I get you.
Public speak when he gets up.
I get you and Chelsea together. Somebody's going to pack an ass whooping.
Yeah,
and it ain't going to be you two.
No,
because let me tell you and Chelsea, you're a lot alike. You both have. You're both sweet, and I love you both so dearly. But my God, you get the tempers flared up.
I don't have a bad temper, do I?
I'm with Lloyd on this one. Uh-huh. I've seen your temper, baby. We went to school together, Sweet Pea. Remember? I watched you throw hands. And that's how us Gen Xers did it. We threw hands. We didn't get behind keyboards.
Wait till you see what this one's going to get.
James Paul Prim said,
"Yeah, you know you're going,
JP going, yeah.
You know you're going, James Paul. You know it all.
Yes,
I've been keeping him informed of everything because he's been right there with us from the start on this to help.
Oh, I'm all for JP. I think the world of him. Loved him the day I met him at April's memorial. Thought he was just an outstanding guy. And you can tell he's got a huge heart. He cares about people.
We got a few updates tonight over what our next step is from the
put in a police cruiser, Jessica. I want to see him put in a prison cell.
Oh, honey,
with Bobo.
He ain't gonna make it.
No, I want to see him go in a prison cell with Grossberger. Remember the movie Gene Wilder, Richard Pryor? What was it? Stir Crazy. Remember the prison guy, the bald Grossberger.
April's whole family's wanting to go to confront him. Well, we're going to confront him.
And you're right, Chelsea. Hell's waiting.
Let me tell you something. I'm welcoming the Gatherings family to go with us.
Yeah.
We need you.
Yeah.
Because you know, I'll know what Sharon's put up with. They've called her crazy to her face so many times. How she needs to let this go. Why don't you just let it go? I don't know how Sharon's crazy. Just let it go. That's what Sharon's having to put up with still as of today. Yeah. And then she gets told information like this. When she's known all along what happened, just didn't know who did it or how or what. But
yeah, she called the ball from day one on it. She did.
Can't prove anything after everything's been kind of sloshed around and messed up. I
love what Kayla said here, and I so agree with you, baby. She said keyboard warriors are uneducated and butthurt 99% of the time. Yeah. I had this thing, and I got a buddy of mine put this on Instagram, and I don't have anything in here to really show because normally I keep it's like chapstick stuff in here. But anyways, he got on there and he said, and I'll just pretend like this is like the chapstick. He said, looking at he says, apply liberally. Okay. Free healthcare, free education, free abortion. And I'm sitting there going, my God. I'm sorry, folks. Anybody knows me knows I am not a liberal. I don't really care about making this show political, even though I see it is going to go there, because if you stand with God, then you cannot stand for abortion. And I am not for abortion. I love what Charlie Kirk said once. Take responsibility for your orgasm. And I love the points he made and the way that he made them. And, I never once heard a word of hate spewed out of his mouth. Never once. Never a word of prejudice. Never a word. He spoke God's truth. I do believe that. He spoke love. He spoke forgiveness. He wanted to have honest, true debates and conversations with people who saw things differently.
I never knew anything about him.
Oh, God, he was great. Watch him on YouTube. There's
I
still,
never, I
and
knew
and
that
you
one
know,
kind of glad.
his wife Erica is beautiful, and she is a wonderful human being. I don't know if you saw at the celebration of life they had for Charlie, but she stood up there in front of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people talking about his assassin, and she said, "I forgive him."
Oh yeah, I saw
And
that.
she was in tears when she did it, and I cannot imagine how hard
I gotta read
that
this one.
was for her to do, but she did it. And that woman, I mean, she had my respect before that, but she elevated it to a level I didn't think I could go to when she did that. I thought that is an incredible lady right there. It's like Robin used to say, class, not ass. Love that. Um,
Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate you saying that. I'm
oh
here
yeah,
for
that we know
we're
that.
here for you too, always.
Yeah, Charlie, that's awesome.
Yep. And I'll
Um,
definitely keep you guys posted because listen, this has broke our heart. This has killed us. I mean, I'm so thankful for somebody who finally listen. This person had been that told us, well, a couple people, you know, they're scared to death for their lives. Okay, I mean, we've got to be
these
secret.
people did not come
They're,
out looking to be put in the spotlight,
they're
and,
scared
and
to
I'm
death,
not giving their name.
and we'll never tell any of their names that's came through.
No, it's not going to happen that way. But it's like I've always said, I don't care about who they are. I care
Once it
about
comes out, if they don't
the
mind,
information.
then we don't care to tell you. But yeah, for sure, we'll definitely maybe I'll just take a little trip or something.
Well, that will not happen until there's enough evidence that's available to make sure that this guy goes away. And I do
You
think that
know,
can happen. I think that's in the process of actually happening. I hope.
oh man,
And if there's anything, because I look, obviously, I don't really give a damn if they know it's me that's coming after. That's fine. I don't.
yeah, buddy.
Let me tell you something. You can't scare somebody who's not afraid to die because I know where I'm headed. And you know what? If it means that they're just going to come after you that much harder, then fine. So, but I'll see you in, yeah, you need to be in prison. Anybody that actually, I shouldn't say this, but you need to be under a prison. So, uh,
I can't tell you how many times I've thought about how somebody could do that. Oh, you need to go around the other way.
I agree with you, Kayla. I do, honey.
What she
As
said?
humans, she said,
Yep.
Chris, as humans, it's our responsibility to teach each other right from the beginning and weed out what's bad along the way, not let it lay in the grass like a snake and grow with each passing day.
Wow.
That's very well said.
Yeah, Anita.
Anita wants to take a damn road trip.
You daggone right, sister.
Oh, buddy, I love that woman. I swear I do. She's just awesome.
Yeah, this. I mean, these.
We've got
What we
the
were told was brutal. It was brutal,
it was.
and then they bragged about it for how many years?
Oh, it gets where you've not seen the rest of what I was sent. I've not sent that to you yet. Those two weren't the only ones. And he actually comes out and talks about it.
Well, I tell you, as soon as I heard
You
that,
did. You said he is a damn serial killer, and you're right. The FBI clearly
think
defines
he's
a
smart?
serial killer as somebody who has murdered 3 or more individuals.
Hey, Chalk. Well, we got something for him here. It's called Country Justice. you got that for a few other people around here too.
Yeah.
You know, especially when talking about Amber and
Yeah.
all of
That's
that.
another one. Let's talk about Amber. Trial's been delayed, but now I understand they are going to move forward with it in the spring, and that the time for delays is over and done. If I understood that, and anybody in the chat room here that can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking it was, and what was it, May, the trial? And if I'm wrong, please somebody correct me. I hope Debbie's watching. But if yeah, but I mean, I can look it up and find it really easy. I'm pretty sure. But anyways, there's going to be no more delays and this and that and the other. But by that time, if I understood the prosecution correctly, they should have the evidence that they've been requesting from KSP Labs back. I think they said in February. So they should have it then. Charles, that's hard to do. He said he forgave the
It
man
is. I just read that.
back
Bless
in
your heart,
93
Charles.
children motherless. That's very difficult to do.
Yeah.
But hats off to you for doing it. Forgiveness is more about the individual doing the forgiving, I think, sometimes, because, this way you're not holding on to the hate and the poison that is hate, and you're not holding on to the malice. You let that go for yourself. But yes, sometimes it's so hard to do. I get it. We need more country justice.
You daggone right, we do, sister.
If there's ever a time I would bring Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday back, it'd be right about now.
We'd have a whole lot less crime if they would go back to the old ways.
James said he helped put one serial killer in prison. I'm up for another one. Me too.
Marie said there's a man that's in Knott County that has murdered a bunch of women. Now he's living in Pikeville, and some of the women that he's dated have now went missing.
Oh.
You want to message me about that one, Marie? I haven't heard about that one yet.
Yeah, I'd like to hear about that one.
My gosh.
Chell said that a filthy prison cell is being generous. She's right.
That's right, baby. It is.
I agree. I wouldn't even give some bitch bread and water.
Mm-mm.
Madonna said she thinks it's May 1st. It may be, Madonna. And I appreciate you chiming in there with that. But anyways, we know that it is coming. And I do think that it is that and the Mickey Steins thing. These are going to be two trials that are so closely paid attention to and picked apart.
Yes.
But yeah, I get that.
Right.
Because everybody's wondering, what, if anything, does Stein's daughter have to do with all this? What role did she play, or if she played a role? And what the big question in the Stein's thing is, what's the motive? Why did he walk in and pop 9 hot ones into a judge? I've got my theories, but I do think that if the sex trafficking thing is it was going on, then I'd say free him. I mean, it just depends on what Stein's role was in this all. Yes, Rod Earp did say that. He said, "You tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me." And yeah, I mean, this world. No, it's not the world; it's the people in it. So many of the people being so focused on politically correct. I've never been politically correct a day in my life, I don't think. My dad always told me, if May 11th is his court date, thank you so much, Crystal. Crystal's our research chica. May 11th. So, but my dad always told me, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, then you call it a duck. Dad always did have a way of putting things that I could understand it.
Knott County, in a car with groceries in it, and her stuff was found on the strip mine.
Oh my God.
Either.
Poor woman trying to get groceries home. I never really could see myself just pulling a gun out and blowing somebody's brains out right there in front of me, but there's some people out there, I think,
oh boy,
got it coming.
I could now.
Why? I mean, look, we've all been in relationships that went south, but I've never. I mean, just leave, or just say, okay, well, we just don't need to be seeing each other anymore, and just be done with it.
There's got to be something not right. You know what I mean? Not right to begin with. Something.
There's a lot not right here, baby.
Right.
So, are you going to sit down and come up with a list of the dolls that we are going to?
Well, what I was going to do was actually, I always keep a little bit of a log on who's active, like a couple days a week. If anything goes on, and we see the little camera up and all.
Oh, I see Agni back there.
Little, EVPs and stuff like that. We'll see if anybody's being active. If not, I've got a couple pictures too. We're going to do. And I got
Robin called her Agnes.
Angela.
Robin called her Agnes.
Yeah, there's little
Agnes back.
Going on that one.
Oh, she cracked us both.
I love them all except for that Agnes now. I'll tell you about that.
She said, "I don't like that Agnes."
Don't worry about it. I said, she won't bother you.
I said, "Robin, honey, she's okay. She's not going to bother you."
I said, she'll be blessed before you ever walk into the room.
Yeah.
Well, I believe you. I believe you.
Yeah, she was just so awesome. She was incredible.
I said I wouldn't pull your leg.
No. Let's see here. Madonna's going. That woman, and they said it wasn't suspicious. Wait a minute. They found groceries in her car. Then they found her items on a strip mine, and
No,
they're
that's
saying
gonna be
that's not
suspicious.
suspicious. How much more suspicious can you get?
Pretty suspicious.
There's Kimberly Underwood Bradley. Hello, Kimmy.
What do you need?
I can't squeeze over there again.
Okay, what do you need?
My tea and my everything.
Ah. Wow. You know, I had a buddy of mine who's a state trooper tell me once, he said, if you want to commit murder, Eastern Kentucky's a place to do it and get away with it.
That's for sure.
And that's a part of the thing I'm talking about with Debbie. You think she'd let like that fly? Hell no. Hell no. This good old boy network needs to be a thing of the past. It has needed to be a thing of the past for a long time.
That is true.
I wish we had more like Lieutenant Joe Kenda. God, I love Joe. Joe Kenda is just awesome. He was great. The homicide hunter, man, he was great. That's where I got my little phrase. If you're looking for sympathy, look in the dictionary. It's right between shit and syphilis. So I loved that. Yeah, it was just great. So, anyways, you keep a log of the dogs that are the most active.
Yeah.
So
If something's going on with them, well, I know it. So what we'll do is we'll just mutually pick one out. If anything goes on, then we'll show it. We'll put it on the show for sure.
And then, of course,
we'll have it set up when we do the spirit box, and we'll see if anything can come through on it too.
Yeah. You know, that's funny that you should mention that, Candace, because we think that's exactly what might have happened to Summer, that she is fed to the pigs.
Mm-hmm.
That was Stacia's thought, and I would not be surprised.
They were checking out a pig farm for looking for Summer. And then they said they went on up and there was a pond there or something else now. It's just a whole, right now from her house. Well, I'm sure if you're on YouTube and seen it lately, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Then they went up there and had scientists to prove that if she had been, her remains were eaten, if they could still find the remains, will be still come out in bones and things like that. That's the last thing on that. So,
it's not the world that's gone to hell in the last 50 years. It's the people in it.
Yeah.
I can remember a time when I was in grade school. Stace, you can too, because we had the same classes in many cases together. When first thing in the morning, we would say the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, Pledge of Allegiance, and we would say prayer. And if I'm not mistaken, at some point during the day, we even had these two really sweet ladies come in, and we would do a bit of Bible study. I remember that. I thought it was awesome.
Missionaries.
The missionaries, yeah, I guess that's what.
Kim, what were the missionaries' names? She had them, and she's older than us. She had them. They used to come to Johnson Central all the time too, and then they
when I was out Flat Gap, they came out Flat Gap.
I went to Porter's when they came out to Porter. I don't remember them coming.
They did. They went all throughout the county.
But they did the county schools.
Yeah, it was like
I can't remember their names.
On one day they would do Central, on one day they do Flat Gap, one day Double
yeah,
etc. And yeah, Paintsville was included.
She, I remember the one. She had these glasses.
Miss Crumb and Miss Preston.
That's her, Miss Crumb.
Mm-hmm.
She had little cat eye glasses, and she was the cutest little thing. And she had those felt boards. And
yes, and they were so cool. They made Bible study. I mean, it was fun. It was awesome. Yes, they came to Porter.
That's where I seen them.
Yes. It was just so awesome. And now you got kids trying to carry guns into school. Meth. When you take God out of something, you leave a lot of room for something else to come in. It's true.
Did you ever go to Porter?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I went to Paintsville, and then I went to Flat Gap.
I started there second grade, but
yeah.
I didn't know if you
Oh, yeah, I remember when you started there.
went or
Cute
not.
little peach dress and your little curly hair, little glasses.
Little fat belly.
You did not have a fat belly. Stop it. Remember what I said about knocking yourself. Your mind don't know the difference, mother. You have always been a
I
beautiful.
had a glow up in high school.
You have always been a beautiful girl. From day one, you've been so pretty. Um, but yeah, I do remember them. I cannot remember their names now. The ones that came out Flat Gap, but I'm not sure it was Miss Crummer, Miss Preston.
They were precious.
Wonderful people. Wonderful people.
Man, Porter was a wonderful school when I remember going there. It was wonderful. Except for, of course, they had a mean teacher. She was awful. She made me cry every time I
You
go.
always had one somewhere. We had them at
She made me
Payne School.
cry. It was her. Listen, she made me cry. Bawl my eyes out every day. She made me.
We had them at Payne. We had 2 or 3 at Painesville.
Oh,
that were-
Lord, don't get me
Lord.
started on them.
Yeah. And we had, really at Flat Gap, though, I didn't have any that were mean. They were really great people, country folk. Many of them had side hustles. They were tobacco farmers or something like this. Good people, good, honest people. And they didn't give a rat's ass if you came from money or not. It made no difference to them because they were all country and we were all broke, and it didn't matter one way from the other. They were there to teach, and we were supposed to be there to learn. And not all of us always prescribed to that doctrine. And so we got into some trouble over it, but that's all right. But, you could really tell a great difference. And, the teachers I had,
I love Miss Crumb too.
I had, he is now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the superintendent, Tom Salyer. I had Jim Melvin, Jim Hamilton, Larry Pennington, he was great, and Virginia Lushbaugh. Debbie Melvin was a phys ed teacher. They were good people.
That's
Good, honest people.
You
Down
have
to
to care about
earth.
the kids to be a teacher, folks.
Hmm?
You have to care about the kids to be a teacher.
And these people did.
Yeah,
They cared very much.
I always tell when one
Even
gets-
though we got on their last nerves, I have no doubt about it. I'm pretty sure that Jim Melvin started my 7th grade year with a full head of hair, and by the end of it, he was doing the best he could. And Larry Pennington, I distinctly remember him just looking at me going,
I didn't know any of them.
he was great. Now, his wife, Brenda Pennington, taught at Johnson Central. She was an English teacher and literature, English lit. But I had a lot of great teachers at Johnson Central. A lot of great ones. We just had good teachers then. But I'm telling you, nobody topped the principal, being Paul Sitzer at Johnson Central. He was it. And to this day is the reigning champion as far as I'm concerned. That guy was just awesome. He was, that guy cared about every kid in that school. He knew every kid. He knew their background, where they're at, what they were doing, and he cared. It wasn't about numbers to him. It was about people. He loved these kids. He loved all of us. And every one of us knew better than to step in front of him. Cross his path, cross him in a poor way. Wasn't going to be healthy. Wasn't going to be good. Because back in the day, you screwed up, you got your ass beat with a paddle.
Right.
The mayor of Paintsville, Bill Mike Runyon, the Mad Possum. Remember that one? The Mad Possum paddle?
Oh my goodness, he was something else, boys.
He was, but he was a good teacher. And a hell of a basketball coach. Incredible. He was great. But he was a great teacher. He taught phys ed and health. I think it was. Yeah. And that's the first time I ever got up in front of a class or people and gave a presentation. And I cannot remember what it was. But he sat there after I was done, and he was watching me the whole time. He was sitting off and over to the left, my left. And, of course, there was like 30, 32 kids, whatever it was in there. And he looked up at me. He said, I really like the way you did that. I like the way you kept eye contact with people. Your points were smooth. He said, I'm giving you an A+ for that. He said, you really ought to think about doing something like this later on. He said, after you get out of school and all. He said, you really ought to think about that. Then.
Was I there?
Huh?
Was I there?
I don't think you were in that particular class. No, I don't
we
think.
We had Miss George for one semester.
Yeah.
She got all of us for cussing. She had a
Yeah, I remember.
a big cussing. She got off on us. She said, "I've got to quit saying these damn cuss words." And I mean, we
You
would die.
stupid little bastards.
We were dying. Every time she'd say something, we would die.
Oh my Lord.
Hear your teacher say bad words. It's hilarious.
Well, I remember a certain teacher of mine, he used to call a guy named Ray Head everywhere. He said, "Hey, Head, go get me a Pepsi." I loved him for it too. I swear I loved him. But I transferred out Flat Gap, and there was this gentleman out there, and he's passed. And I hate to say that. I mean, I hate to see that he's not here with us. World can use more people like him. His name was Michael Barber, and he was a principal at Flat Gap. He was a wonderful man. And my mom had took me in to the office to register me. And it's about 7:30-ish, 7:45 in the morning. She said, "I need to register my son. He's going to be going to school here." And he said, "Oh, okay." He said, "Well, what's your name?" And she said, "His name's Christopher Shelby Slone." He said, "Okay." He said, "Well, Chris, how are you doing today?" I said, "I'm okay." He said, "Let me tell you something." He said, "If you don't get into radio or something, you're missing your calling." And I'll never forget that to this day. First words the man ever said to me. He said, "You have got a voice that is." And I said, I can't see me getting in radio or anything having to do with any kind of broadcasting. Like Mom said, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 30 some years later, after 30 years in broadcasting, I'm still behind a microphone. Yeah. And I feel perfectly at home with it, whether it's on this thing or out there in front of you guys live or whatever. I just feel like I'm talking to you. Right. Friends. That's what I feel like I'm talking to. I'm talking to family. You got one from, and when you came home, you got one from your parents. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yes. Thank you, Madonna. Yeah. Yeah, because after you got it at school, you got it at home too.
You ever have to pick your own switch out?
Oh, Lisa Master. Flat Gap for 36 years. I loved her too. Lisa, if you don't care, could you tell me who your mom was? I don't remember having a Miss Master, but I remember I didn't get out there to 7th grade. And this would have been around 86, 87, 1986, 87, I'm guessing, somewhere in there. But anyways, the people out Flat Gap, I didn't meet a teacher or a custodian out there. Roger Sparks was a custodian, great guy. His daughter was in the same class as me. Her name was Tanya. She was beautiful. She was so sweet. Just good people. And I miss them. Yeah, I miss them, especially when you got out here in the real world. Yeah. And you see, well, this is dickhead number 1, number 2, number 3. Yeah. I was a Collins then, Donna Collins. Gosh, that name sounds so familiar. Yep. I hated the willow tree for the longest time in my grandparents' yard.
Pick the switch out.
Jessica, I bet Josh is getting a kick out of that one. Yeah. Oh, my grandmother, love her heart. I love her, and I miss my mama so much. But she said, "Go out there and get me a limb, and don't you get no little skimpy one."
They hurt him bad, buddy. He didn't matter.
All my mom had to do was, "It's okay, honey. I'll talk to your dad when he gets home."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Right then you knew shit just got real. Because when the old man walked in, he looked at me and he went, I thought to myself, "Heavenly Father, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done." I'm not going to survive this one. But Dad always tempered himself. And he always did let the punishment fit the crime. He said, "Okay," he said, "this is an A or B situation." Right then I knew what it meant. He said, "You can get your ass busted or you can get grounded for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever it may be, depending upon what it was."
Yeah.
Said, "Which one do you want?" Well, I always went with the ass busting. Hell, I wanted to get out and run the roads. I wanted to get on my dirt bike and hang out with my friends like Mikey Price and Gary Kimbler and Travis Tackett, Gary Mollett, people I grew up the creek, what we called the creek, grew up on the creek with. We all ran together. We were all buddies. And anytime the old man gave me the option, I'll take an ass bit. No, I'll take an ass busting. And then there was times that no, he said, he got really ticked, I got both. He said, "I'm busting your ass." And he said, "And I'm keeping you in the house for a month." He said, open that mouth one more time. He was like Sam Jackson on the Quentin Tarantino Pulp Fiction. Does he look like a? And I was like, no, that's how the old man was. But now, as long as you were up and honest with him, there was a little room for some negotiation.
Remember those little paper report cards we used to get?
Oh my God. Yes, I actually.
Yeah.
I am so embarrassed to admit this.
And then go and buy a duplicate one in the office because you lost it or something, and you go fix it up a little bit.
I tried changing the grades on mine.
Yeah.
And the old man knew, but of course, as soon as he saw it, he said, well, let me go in here and call, let's see here, 606-265, whatever the number.
265.
And good God help me, he got on the phone one time with Larry Pennington. And he said, I'm Chris Slone's father. And he said, well, how can I help you, Mr. Slone? He said, need you to do me a favor and go over for what his grades were this past semester or whatever. And Larry did and told him the truth. He said, no, he didn't get an A in that one. He got an F. Well, what about that? Got a D in that one, not an A. Well, what about this one? No, he didn't get a B plus. He got a C minus. What about that one? Yeah, he got an A plus in PE.
Oops.
That's it. It's a good thing that you got an A plus in PE. That's what he said, because your ass better be running. He said, son, I mean run like the damn Marine Corps. Hard, fast, and head first into it. And I was like, God have mercy. But yes, I did. And I'm sorry. I hate to admit that. It makes me feel like crap. But it was one of those things that I did it. And I did wind up owning it. And then, by the end of that year, because of the help of Larry Pennington, Jim Hamilton, who was the history teacher, and he was the guy, I love his heart, and he was such a wonderful human being. We always made fun of him because he was an older gentleman. He was an older guy, and he had a certain way of talking that I can think about to this day and laugh.
Oh, we had a few.
Me and Mikey Price and Gary Kembler would give him hell.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you something. That man stood 6'4" tall, and when he swung a paddle, your ass was coming 1.5 feet off the ground.
Coach Runyon.
Bill Mock was very.
They go out laughing to get paddled, and then
you come in crying.
They come back in, one of them was bawling.
Yes,
and it was everything we could do to hide our faces.
And he held back on it. He was not. He held back on it.
You could hear it. I'm telling you, if you was outside, you could hear that crack.
Well, the Mad Possum was somewhere in the neighborhood of about 2.5 foot long, and he had holes drilled in it.
Yeah.
So the air wouldn't slow it down.
I bet he still got it.
I guarantee you, he's got to still have that thing. Everybody that ever got paddle by it had their name on it. He let you put your name on it. But he'd tell you out there in the hallway, he said, look, he said, I hate to do this to you, son. He said, but you have not given me any choice. You know I'm right. Didn't you get it a time or two? I thought so. So did I. Yeah.
You know what I got it for?
Yeah. I got a feeling.
I got tired of getting bullied, girls.
Mm-hmm. And
I got tired of it.
There went the hands. That, good Lord. I mean, Dale Earnhardt couldn't have ran that fast.
I thought I
remember watching you. That was upstairs, wasn't it?
Pretty good practicing on hitting my brothers, and because they gave me a ways to go when I was a kid. But I'll tell you what, when the bullies started in, I had all I could take.
It was time for ass whooping.
That's right. Charles
asked a question of you, Stace. He said, when I have a dream about someone that has already passed, in the dream, I see them alive, not thinking of them as being dead.
That's how our brains process it. I swear, I think when I do that, I always feel like it's a visit.
Charles, the dream I had of my mom and dad the other night, last night, I guess it was.
You know better, but you just.
You know better.
That's how you.
But when I walked in, they were alive.
With them. That's how you see it when your mind do it.
And also, I got to help but think. We don't want to think of them as being dead. And like I said last week, think about this. Remember, you're in a house. And I'm going to use myself for example, okay? Let's see, Stace and I are sitting in the living room. We're on the couch and we're just chatting. And in the next room, we hear Robin and we hear Trevor and we hear Ollie. And maybe we hear Tom. They're with us. We just don't see them. because they're in a different room. Think of it like that. Heaven isn't necessarily a place up there. Heaven, I think, could very well be a dimension or a different place that we just simply
Right.
don't have. Just people like Stace, and by that I mean people who are gifted with that third eye, if you will. They have more access to it than what I would. Now, I do have to agree with Stace, and I'll finally open up to it. I may have a bit of an empath thing going on, but
Yeah.
Stace is truly gifted. I can look at somebody and almost tell what they're feeling because I feel it in some cases. It's not everybody, but I'll tell you this: the day I met Chelsea, it was October 11th, and it was probably around what, Chelsea, noon 30ish when I got to Robin's memorial. I looked at her and I knew who she was before she ever introduced herself, and I was drawn to go over to her and just wrap my arms around her, and I did. I hugged her, and we hugged each other. She knew who I was, and I think that somebody said, "This is Chris. He and Robin had been going out, and they were, and she and I both stood there and cried because I could feel what she was feeling. And yes, I was hurting over Robin. Or I was hurting just as much over Robin, but I knew Robin for a couple of years. That was Chelsea's mom. We're talking about all these Christmases, all these everything, and then I walked in and I didn't really know her, but I saw Sophie approaching me and I knew her. I said, "That's got to be her granddaughter," and it was. And I gave her a hug. I shook Rodney's hand because I could look at Rodney. I was like, "Oh, that is so Robin's son. That is Robin's son."
She got the prettiest babies.
Oh my God, she did. And then there were scraps. That's a whole nother story for another time. But I could just tell, and there's sometimes, and I'm sure so many of you guys out there, like Kelly, Charles, maybe.
I think
I
scraps.
know you got it. You got it all over you, girl. You got it all over you, baby. Maybe Candace. You guys can look at people sometimes and just say, bad news. Or I think they're okay. They're nice people. These are people that are, because there are good people left out there in the world. But there's also some real assholes. We know it. And yeah, I encountered some of those that day too. We do everywhere we go. It doesn't matter where. But I wasn't there for that. I was there for Chelsea. And I was there to pay my respects to somebody I loved dearly and still love dearly. And I was there for Sophie and Rodney and anyone else that may have been there. Really for Robin, not as some kind of a fake line of bullshit.
Don't get me started.
Well, you know as well as I do, Stace. I'm tired of holding back. But I was out there for Chelsea, and I was there for Rodney. If I could do anything, and I was there certainly for. I call her my princess, Sophie. She's my princess. I love her. But you, Stace, does have a gift. But I've always thought that heaven, yes, it's a place, but it's also, it's pure love. It's pure, it's something that I can't explain because I don't know how. But they are there. Just because I don't see my Santa Fe, does it mean it's not there? No, it's sitting outside. But I can't see it, but it's there. Same thing could be said of, just because I don't see my, what is another place of it? Portland or Portland, Maine. Just going to see my Portland sweatshirt. I don't have it on. It's right in there.
Yep.
My point is they are there. We just we have to learn how to feel that. And we are so much better at it, I think, when we begin to get past the grief and when the tears start to turn to smiles of memories of the good times we had with them and the fact that God even blessed us with them to start with. Do I miss Robin? Every single day. I can't honestly say that there's a time that goes by I don't think of her. But I also do that for Trevor. And I do that for Ollie. Because every tear I shed, I honor them. And God does count every single tear. He is with the brokenhearted.
Thank God.
Amen.
Uh,
So don't ever think that they're not around you, and talk to them.
we know for a fact. We know for a fact they're with us. We
Yes,
know.
they are.
You know when you know.
April. Mm-hmm. Tim.
She
Mm-hmm.
does that a lot. She really does.
Yes. I have no doubt that Amber is.
Yeah, you know she's.
No doubt. Summer. No doubt.
Hey, Mary.
Hey, Mary. It's always good to see you, sweet pea. I believe that they are all here with us. And some of them, and I really do think this of Robin. I really think this of Robin Lynn, spirit guide. She's guiding people. She's guiding her daughter. And I think that she is working on the people that she loves. And I think Amber does that too. And here's why, because Amber was what? She was a caregiver. She was somebody who cared about people, who loved people. The only crime Amber Spradlin was ever guilty of was wanting to belong, wanting to have friends. That was it. So while it's not for me to say what happens to the person or people responsible for killing her and trying to cover it up, I will say this. I hope God turns loose on you. I really
do too.
Because what you took out of this world was a precious soul, a precious human being.
The audacity.
Good news is, though, that she will live forever. Her soul will go on forever. And through the people that love her, things will change. Mark my words. It's coming. I'm sorry, but I see it clear as a bell. It's coming. Not just the political landscape, but a lot of things. She is the catalyst. And let me tell you something. She sparked a fire. And not just Debbie, but so many people. They're going to demand change. And when enough people demand change, change is going to happen.
Yeah.
Bernice said that she talks to her brothers and husband all the time. Yes. Bernice,
always do that.
I talk to Robin all the time. Chelsea does. Stace does.
I hear you.
I talk to my mom and dad. I talk to Trevor. And I mean, look, I pray often to the Father, to our Heavenly Father, and to our Savior. I talk to him all the time. And then, yeah, how do you talk? You just talk to him. God doesn't have this big, long list of things that you need to say before he'll hear your prayer. Matter of fact, God tells us that no words will fall to the earth. I was going to say something about Lloyd right there, but I backed off.
He just brought the dogs back in. I hear you.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not the
What are you doing?
So pray.
We heard you. We heard you come back in.
Pray all the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't let anybody ever discourage you.
Well, let me ask you this question. Would you rather God be against you and the world be for you, or the world be against you and God be for you? I will take option number 2 every time. I want God to be for me. I want Jesus to be for me, and the world can be against me. That's fine. I don't care. Because let me tell you, this place right here, this isn't home. This is temporary.
Yeah.
And if you ain't figured that out yet, you got problems. Somebody's got problems somewhere. The man is back inside, and I hear that
How is it?
Chaco.
Ugh.
Was that Chaco is back inside now?
Yep, he's here, and come on.
Get up there, Chaco. Let's let the world see you. I know
Surprise,
Chelsea.
little mean boy over here.
Oh, Enzo.
Already it's starting with him. Come on, get up here. Might as well.
There's Chaco. He is so beautiful. He is such a pretty boy. Well, we didn't get much to do much tonight in the line of spirit box session, but I think that we had a pretty good show of this.
Mary's got snow, she said.
Snow
we'll definitely start in the spirit box. We're gonna start calling out, and then like I said, me and Chris talked about it. Whoever we're talking about, we're going to call them out. See what we can get come through. For us.
And guys, just because we did not get to talk about them very much on these episodes, don't think we forgot about people like James Osborne. We've not.
No.
No. He's coming. I'm going to hit that one hard. And then, of course, there's Summer Wells,
No, we're
and,
not letting these
and
people
another
ever be
life,
forgotten.
and another life. That baby would be upstairs right now in her bedroom at my place, watching TV,
Not Candace.
messing around with coloring books or dolls or whatever that she wants to do. She'd be being a kid. Good night, Candace. Love you very much. Oh, kindergartners.
Yeah, she's got a hard one.
God bless your heart, baby girl.
Love you.
And thank you so much for working with those young babies. But yeah, we are going to go ahead and call it a night. And I hope that we did something worth you watching tonight. I always hope that. I ask if you can support us somehow or another. I've got the Venmo thing on chrissloan.media and the PayPal thing because, yeah, money's very tight right now. Very, very, very tight. Yes, it's 10:39, Madonna. Yeah, gosh, it is, ain't it? Well, it's 10:41 here, but it takes this thing a minute. It's the latency again. And good night to you guys. We love you all.
Love you
And
guys.
coming up next week, that's when I guess that we will start working with what Stacia and I've talked about with the dolls. And I know that thrills Lloyd. He's very excited about this.
And he knows we're going to do it. And we're also going to have an investigation here, too.
Yes. Lloyd, buddy, I love you. I really do. And I'm so grateful for you. Y'all love him and you know it. And it's for a reason. So
You coming over this weekend?
do what, baby? Yeah. Yeah, if you want me to, I'd love to. I would see maybe Lloyd can make us a chicken or a turkey burger or something.
We'll fix something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We always do.
We do. And Stace, baby, I love you so much.
Love you too.
And we will see you guys next Thursday night. And I hope to be a little more active on Facebook in the coming week or so with some new posts and things like that on the Mountain Mysteries for the Gatherings and the Mountain Mysteries podcast, because there's going to be some new episodes coming. You guys know that when we lost Robin, it was a hard hit. But it's like she said, it's okay to rest, but don't you quit. So we honor her and all the other people that we've all loved and lost. Well, that we've loved that we just don't see as easily as we used to. But think about what I said for Christmas, okay? I love you guys. Every single one of you. May God bless you. Keep you and your family safe. And please, for the love of Pete, be careful in this snow.
Yeah.
Lloyd, Stace, send my love to the kids.
We'll do.
And A and K. Joe,
Love you.
you tell them babies I love them.
Love you, girl.
Good night, everyone.
See.
I hope you're looking down on me saying, damn, I'm so proud.